Jack again. Okay, I've spoken previously in the interview before this one regarding the starting point. If you haven't watched that one and you're watching this one now, I suggest you first watch the one that is referred to as the starting point. Okay, so now you're applying yourself in changing your starting point, realizing that all your previous starting points as currently manifested, your world in which you're experiencing yourself now, and as well experiencing you within. Okay, so first let's go there. Your previous starting points, who you are now and how you're experiencing yourself now in your world, is because of the past. Human beings are currently experiencing their past. Okay, how does that work? You have a thought. That thought you speak. That thought, as you speak the thought, it takes a while first for that actual thought to manifest in your world. In other words, when you experience that thought, you're actually experiencing the past. Your thought was the starting point. Okay, so that's how your world works. That's how everything has always worked. We are currently in a construct of the past. Consciousness, existence is past-based, because it's always been thoughts, spoken, and then manifested, so that manifestation is the past that's been experienced. So, now you say, I have changed my starting point as me. Why is my world not changing? The following reason. We're in a construct. We're in a consciousness existence. That is the moment that I've referred to, that you are in consciousness, but you're not of consciousness. In other words, your world won't change when you change immediately. Well, it doesn't work like that. Why? You're still in this consciousness existence along with the rest of humanity and also the dimensional beings. Alright? And everyone, including you, is still experiencing your past. In other words, existence's past is still playing out. So, now, I am changed. My world is not changing. Simple reason is because your world is still of the past. And you're going to have to walk through the past with you still as who you are, as your changed starting point, until it's done. But you know, it's interesting. What you'll find is that you won't know when that point specifically was, when your world actually started changing, according to how you changed you as who you are, as life, as all as one. Because there's never a point. It's interesting. You know, I've experienced that in my process as well. I'm not able to say to you or relay a specific point where I changed, or where I'm able to speak what I am, understand what I am. I'm able to show you my entire process, as many of the dimensional beings are that have realized themselves in certain many aspects. And this point specifically regarding the starting point, I just understood right now. Because what I've been doing is the same thing. I've changed, but then what I've done is things from the past started coming the whole time. And what I've done, and I wondered, but why the fuck is this? Why is it still coming at me? I mean, I changed. You know, why is these things still existing? And then I went into it, into the past. Then I went back into the past, back into this construct. So I was in the construct and of the construct again. Then I had to go through what is called a time loop, where I have to realize again, but I have changed. It is in my honesty in every moment of me where I say, I've changed. This is the past that is here. I have to walk through it as me, as the starting point. Not to go into it again, because if I go into it again, I fall. I fall from the perspective that I again define myself according to the past. I'm stuck in the past, and then I have to go through a time loop. And the time loop is in you actually have to experience the past again to get to the same point inevitably again, which is I am here. Okay, I am here. That what I'm in is currently the past. So I have to walk through this and face the past in every moment that is me. So, that's where my process is starting now as well. Same thing. So, human beings, when you've changed, when you really, I'm changed, starting point, you clear, and you see your world, walk through it. But be careful. make the same mistake I did, is to, when a past, let's say past thought comes, okay, or a past experience happens again, for instance, another relationship person comes, another relationship, how can I say, there's another being coming in your womb, you're able to start that relationship, but you're looking back and you realize, I've been here before, okay? Then you have to look, okay, why am I here again? Why is this relationship being shown to me again? Then you have to look at all your past experiences of relationships, and you realize, shit, I've seen where all my past relationships have gone, not going there. You close that door, and then you walk. Otherwise, if you go into that relationship again, you know what you're going to experience because of all your past relationships. Then you have to go through that relationship, and at the end realize, oh fuck, I see what I've done, and then you have to start all over again. So that's how past stuff starts coming in. So from now on, as you work with your starting point, okay, realize and observe your world. Every single point that occurs, you look back. Have I been here before? If you've been here before and you know where that playout's going to go because of a past experience, you close that door. Don't go there. Close all doors that leave openings for you to be lost within this construct again, to be in it and of it. And because otherwise you're going to have to be in it and of it again, so experience it, which is the long process, which is called time loops, and it's going to take longer, but you'll inevitably get to the same place again, whether you do it in an immediate action or through a process of months or days or weeks, dependent on the experience. So, that's why human beings don't give up on yourself. In other words, if you know you've changed, stand in that trust as you, that honesty of you in every single moment, and walk. No matter what happens, you walk, you stand as that starting point of view, because who is here but you? If you catch yourself again going into the construct, stop, because that's going to cause a time loop. Don't want to go there, because that's a long way. That's where we've been, that's where I've been. Time looping the whole time, because I know I've changed, but I went back into the past the whole time because it seemed like nothing wanted to work. And then I thought something's wrong with me. Problem. When I thought something's wrong with me, I go and look for the mistake I've made. And then I send myself into a time loop of a very long time, months, days, weeks, depending on the point. And then only at the end, I go, Jack, man, what have you done? Where's your trust? Where's your honesty? You know you've done this. Why are you doing this again? So that's what I just realized. And it's interesting. So human beings, it will take a while. As you can see, look at the world, but where's your honesty and your trust is in who you are as that starting point that is you. So we'll get everyone awake from that perspective, but we'll all still have to walk through the past that we created, that's still playing out. Remember, this consciousness existence is the past playing out still. So it's like you standing here in your world of the past, revolving around you, and you just walk, 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 until it just disappears. That moment, you don't know when. Okay, thank you very much. This is Jack.